Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have become divisive figures in the U.S. after Prince Harry attacked the nation's constitution during a cataclysmic speech earlier this week, a royal expert has claimed. Richard Palmer, royal correspondent for the Daily Express and co-host of the Royal Roundup, said Americans were left wondering why a British prince was discussing what was going on in the U.S. after his keynote speech at the UN General Assembly in New York on Monday. Prince Harry's speech, held in honor of Nelson Mandela International Day, was heavily criticized for being doom-laden, with the pandemic, climate change, and the war in Ukraine among the topics covered by the Duke of Sussex. Mr. Palmer told co-host Pandora Forsyth, "He got people's backs up again, didn't he? He has become quite a divisive figure in the US as much probably as in the UK, he and Meghan. It seems to be more on political lines over there where Republicans tend to be less keen on him. He had a bit of a pop at the Supreme Court decision on abortion rights and that did not seem to go down well with people on the right of politics in the US. People were wondering why a British prince, albeit one that no longer represents anybody, was discussing what was going on in the US. And then, well, it was just quite a cataclysmic speech. It was just doom-laden, really. While looking scruffy, as social media users put it, Prince Harry told a small audience in New York on Monday that the world is witnessing a global assault on democracy and freedom. In a thinly veiled attack on the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled last month that it would no longer be a women's constitutional entitlement to have an abortion, the Duke lamented the rolling back of rights. He said, "The few are weaponizing lies and disinformation at the expense of the many. And from the horrific war in Ukraine to the rolling back of constitutional rights here in the United States, we are witnessing a global assault on democracy and freedom, the cause of Mandela's life." On the topic of climate change, an issue over which Mr. Palmer suggested, for better or worse, the Sussexes have made as many enemies as friends, Prince Harry implored world leaders to stop the situation growing worse. He said, "As we sit here today, our world is on fire, again. And these historic weather events are no longer historic. More and more, they are part of our daily lives, and this crisis will only grow worse, unless our leaders lead. These decisions may invite resistance from powerful interests. But the right thing to do is not up for debate. And neither is the science." His comments drew heavy criticism from American commentators, with the Spectator Washington editor describing the prince as arrogant and lacking in self-awareness. Amber Athey wrote, "Americans do not like it when foreigners tell us what to do or how we should feel. And yet Prince Harry, do I even have to use his title anymore? Is too arrogant and lacking in self-awareness to sit down and shut up." Comments were also made on social media about the scruffiness of the prince during his speech.